We are live, people. Live, 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 live. Let's wait till people join. Just gonna talk about Super Bowl turning point. What's what? See, just for everyone who's new to the channel, just like, subscribe. Coming to you from beautiful St. Petersburg, Florida. It's in the 70s right now. Everything is great. It's a beautiful day. Beautiful day. Want to jump off. I want to talk about the halftime show. It's on everybody's mind. I personally know. I thought. Do I dislike Bad Bunny? Not really. I just think the NFL's got to read the room. Rock Nation's got to read the room. Jay-Z has got to read the room. The best Super Bowl performances are the ones that have a few artists. Like, give me a rock, give me a Lady Gaga type, give me a rapper, some metal, mix it in with, I don't know, a whole bunch of people. Let's get a variety going so it can relate to people. I saw videos in the audience of just people, like 4 Latinas dancing in the whole stadium. I mean, it's just too much. It's not enough. How about that? It's not enough. We need to 100% do better. You know, we really need to do better as far as just having a diverse experience for everybody. That was my one thing. I thought they should have had, I believe Metallica is from San Francisco, so Metallica should have been there. And just what's current, you know, give me, I don't need an 80s rocker, I don't need a 90s rocker, I need a rock act that's either transcends all those decades or one that's current. Just give me a variety that they used to have. They could go to NSYNC, to Aerosmith. They'll bring out a rapper. That's the way it should have been. Right now, it's got to be in one direction. It's got to be one thing, and then that's not the answer. So for the next halftime, let's have a variety of culture. Let's do a variety of things. Let's have Bad Bunny, but let's also have a rock act, and let's have Lady Gaga, and then, you know, let's pay homage to the area. There's got to be some history in the area that we could pay homage to. So I didn't watch it. It's just Rock Nation, and I know we got a lot more viewers now. Rock Nation, Jay-Z, the NFL. You got to read the room. Got to read the room. This isn't it. This isn't it. And the fact that I was going to be controversial, but we can't associate Puerto Rico with ICE. I mean, when you're born into this country in Puerto Rico, when you're born in Puerto Rico, you're a U.S. citizen. I mean, people need to do have a geography or history or a government lesson. I mean, ICE and Puerto Rico do not go hand in hand, because you, as a Puerto Rican, you're a citizen of the United States. Newsflash. So it boggles my mind when people don't know. The one thing that is confusing, if you're out in rural America, let's say you're on a farm and you see the Puerto Rican flag, and I heard Mace say this from It Is What It Is, like, as a New Yorker, we grew up with the Puerto Rican flag. Everybody had, the people behind me were half Puerto Rican or full Puerto Rican, and then my friend Stefan, Puerto Rican. I mean, we grew up around this. We've seen the Puerto Rican flag as New Yorkers. There's some people who don't even think of it as a different place, and it's really, really not. So everyone needs a geography, history, territory lesson. Puerto Ricans are United States citizens, so let's break that. I don't understand the need for all of these, you know, for people just to be seen on these things. It's like, you got to get out there. You got to be seen for your brand. It doesn't make sense, because it's like the usual suspects. So bottom line, I feel like the halftime act, they just need They just need to switch it up. Give me something different. Give me variety. So if I don't like a certain part of the halftime show, I'm not stuck there. I have to admit, the last good halftime show was Dre, the Dr. Dre one with Eminem, 50, Snoop. I thought they should have had the Game out there. I know Mace said this too. Like, gotta have the Game out there. You know, the Game was West Coast, and then also the person who made all these beats, Scott Storch, should have been out there too. He's basically what came up with all these bass lines, you know, for the West Coast. He should have been out there on the piano or something. So that's it. But other than that, NFL diversity, have diversity in the Super Bowl halftime show. Mix it up. Read the room. You don't have to put yourself in a corner by selecting one act. The game itself was super boring. I mean, honestly, the field goal kicker was the MVP until probably the fourth quarter. I mean, just an uneventful game. I will say that this Colombian safety or cornerback on the Patriots, I don't even know his name offhand. That guy's gonna be rich on his next concert. I mean, talking about the halftime show, contract. He's gonna be rich because he had like 2 or 3. This is the Super Bowl plays. Nothing else matters. I'm gonna give up my body for it. Hats off to him. He played phenomenal. What's up, Chad? He played phenomenal. That guy. And then it seems like they were afraid. I mean, Darnold, when he got in the open field, he wasn't afraid. But the Pats looked like they were playing afraid. I mean, this is it. This is the one game you got to put it all on the line. I mean, you got to give it up. That's why I saw Darnold. He didn't slide, and he went head on. And this running back gave me Barry Sanders vibes. The way he slowly found the whole pause. He slowly found. He waited. He timed it. It's funny when they showed his profile. I said to the people in the room, I said he looks like someone's Uncle Tony from North Jersey. And sure enough, the Sopranos accounts were going crazy with this guy's fit. He looked like a gangster. He looked like an old school Sopranos gangster from like the first 2 seasons. He looked like the Black Richie Aprile, this guy. But congratulations to him. I mean, I'm pissed that long run he had was called back for some sort of hold, but it was great. Other than that, the Super Bowl was freaking boring. So that's that. There were some cool marketing moments in there. I thought the Danny McBride, Keenan Pell collab, I thought that should have been funnier. I love the Coinbase ad. The Coinbase ad was sick. It used a song. It's just the basics of marketing. Familiarity, simplicity. Everybody was singing karaoke, and then they said Coinbase at the end. It was just genius because it had everybody's attention. It was just really good. And then because they were there with T-Mobile as well, they had that T-Mobile connection, the Backstreet Boys, so that lended itself to like familiarity. Like, okay, is this another T-Mobile ad? But I really thought Coinbase crushed it and it had me captivated. I also liked, as an AI person, the Claude ad, it was hard for people to understand. Like, younger people did not understand it. I felt, I have a 11-year-old here, and I felt I had to explain what was happening. But I love the Claude as someone who knows the AI, and not Claude and ChatGPT, but OpenAI and Anthropic. Like, if you understand it on that level, it was just a great spot. And they had a few, and the song at the end is what's the difference between me and you? Dr. Dre's song, loved it. I feel like I've always wanted to be in meetings. I've always tried to lead marketing teams and ideas in that way. And it's really great that those marketing teams actually go in those directions. So, and take risk. Pretty much they take risks. So hats off there. What else? I thought there used to be a harder push for like sneakers and things like that. I thought on my feed at least. I saw a lot of the Diamond Turf stuff because I follow Dion. J Balvin had some unreleased Jordans. Nothing along the lines of cleats. There's a lot of cleats that they wore in the pregame that they didn't wear in the game because there's all these rules. So there were Kobe's in the Kobe spikes and all these things and some sort of Jordans, but no one really wore them in the game. I think one player on Seattle had like a Vomero cleat type of silhouette thing, for lack of a better term. But yeah, Nike did drop some stuff during the game about like dropping the prototypes and releasing the prototypes, which was kind of cool. National anthem. We can talk about the national anthem too. I felt the national anthem. I don't know. And New Yorkers are they're so jaded. Us as New Yorkers are so jaded. It's crazy. I could have sworn I've heard that version of the national anthem at a piano bar on the Upper East Side when my friend TJ used to play there and closed the place down. So I don't want to take on the national anthem. I just want the national anthem. I would be remiss if I did not mention the Turning Point stuff. I mean, at one point they had 5 million unique viewers at one time on their content. When I woke up in the morning, it was like 20 million. This just goes to show people want variety. Just give them variety. So I talked about marketing, love some of the ad spots. It used to be that there was not as much like preliminary ground foundation laying for ads. I find that a lot of these brands are releasing their ads prior to, like they have like B-roll that runs up to the event, which I just wish back in the day you turned on the TV, you had no idea what was going on. I think there were a few ads like that. I missed the Starlink ad. I heard that was great. I'll probably rewatch that one. That was cool. Cat's Eye and the State Farm one. The State Farm one was a little confusing. I mean, it should have been more. State Farm was kind of like a footnote. I don't know what they were thinking there. I think they had the right talent, especially with Cat's Eye and like 10-year-old that I know. Just that's all. She didn't even understand the concept that the commercials happened when there was a stop and play. That was interesting. I heard San Francisco overall as a host city was not exactly the best place. I've also heard that they might be moving back to San Francisco in the next 10 years because they're just not happy. That stadium was all designed wrong, I guess. I don't know. There's a lot of things. Last thing I'm gonna wrap with, it's kind of unrelated a little bit, but just processes and job searching, right? When you're in the interview process for a high-paying job, let's say you're applying, you've gone through 2 rounds, and then you start to make it to that next round where you're meeting with your boss, the people on your team, then you're meeting with the leadership, then you do your case study, then you meet with the owner. Now, you mean to tell me you got to go 7 for 7 or 8 for 8 in order to get the job? Where in any other profession, in any other walk of life, if you get 6 hits out of 7 at bats, you are the best player in the history of that profession. If you go 6 for 7. So it's just really, really wonky how this job, over 2 months, by the way, how this hiring process is going. Like, you got to do the case. If you're going to get a good high paying, I'm talking about high 6 figures, you're talking 6 to 7 interviews and a case study or some sort of work project. And then you have to literally hit a double or above. You could hit a single in the first at bat, single in the second at bat, but after that you got to get a double, triple, or homer, double, triple, or homer. You cannot strike out. There are people you're going to interview with who they don't really know your profession. They're not really in your industry. but they're super smart, and they're not really people. They're not really like uh, people who like to socialize. It's just a weird dynamic, but it's a really crazy market out there where you have to literally hit a double or greater and nail your case and do above average on your case study in order to get an offer, especially like I'm saying in these high impact roles. So you would think after the later rounds, especially when you're on like before the last step, like you're meeting the founder owner of the company, you would think that there would be some sort of like opportunity if there was some sort of concerns about experience and all this, that they'd come back to you and try to say like, hey, we want to learn more about your technical stuff. But that doesn't happen. You got to be perfect. And fortunately, I was on some most recent opportunities. I was perfect, and that's a great thing. But it's hard. There's different personalities, different people know different things. It's really, really a challenge out there. So I believe that's it today. I'm just going to start to go live a little bit more. Time's freeing up a little, but yeah, that's pretty much it. Just wrap up with, let's get some, let's read the room and just dive. Let's literally have a few acts for the Super Bowl halftime show. And the Super Bowl halftime show is not that important either. It's not that important. I don't know why so many people are on it. But the NFL does not want to see 20 million people go away from the network. And that's what they're going to harp on. 20 million people aggregated across all these platforms went somewhere else. And for older people, there is a barrier to entry. Like you have to go on your YouTube app and pull it up. It's not like you just switch the channel. So the fact that there was a barrier to entry and it got all those views, the NFL is going to switch it up. They do. It's all about money. They can't have advertisers there that are going to miss those first few ads when the halftime show ends. So that's it for now. Thanks for watching. Subscribe. Subscribe. Like, share, subscribe, like, share. See you soon.